Hi, my name is Jim Gibbs, and this is an infograph presentation for ED 6446, Online versus Traditional Learning, which is right for you. On the y-axis, I have skill sets, and on the x-axis, I have online versus traditional learning here. Some of these are more obvious, but I made this oral presentation because I wanted to clarify some of my points. Face-to-face interactions preferred. Obviously, traditional classroom is going to be best. If you have any kind of travel difficulties, online is going to work best. If you work full-time, the only reason I gave that to online is because most people have day jobs, and so you're not going to be able to schedule your work around the class time. So I did give the nod to online for that one. You're a self-starter, preferring to work at your own pace. That was one area that I really wanted to clarify because I think some people can hear that as, well, if I feel like procrastinating, I will. But I think I could speak for all of us in saying that those of us in online classes working full-time tend to look at due dates provided by an instructor as the worst-case scenario. In other words, if you have an assignment due on May 31st, the self-starter is going to say, well, I've got a lot going on between now and then, so I'm going to make my due date May 29th, and if something should come up, I know I have that 2-day cushion. But I do not mean to imply here by saying that you're a self-starter preferring to work at your own pace, that if you feel like being 2 weeks late, that's fine. That's not what I'm intending to say. You prefer to communicate verbally. I think we've all run into learners, either by ourselves or through our teaching careers, that do a lot better job of communicating verbally, and in that case, the traditional classroom is probably the best fit. You're comfortable expressing your thoughts in writing. That's an important skill for online learning because, as we all know, written communication can be easily misconstrued, and that can create some problems. So if you're good at that, online learning is going to work for you. If you believe that online learning is quicker or easier, you're going to have a rude and loud wake-up call. I think for my age group, that's easy to believe that online learning is easier. I really believe that that's because we grew up believing that electronics and computers were for gaming, and I think there's a little bit of a learning curve to the understanding that technology and online learning can be used for educational purposes. As silly as that sounds, I really do think that that sometimes is at the bottom of this problem of thinking that online learning is quicker or easier. You learn best by reading. You learn best by hearing. Obviously, if you learn best by reading, you're going to do well with the online classes. If you learn best by hearing, traditional classroom is probably going to be best for you. But I wanted to get back to one point I deliberately skipped over, and that was that you are highly organized and motivated. You'll notice that I put a dot in both categories for that because I believe that if you have the motivation, you can develop any skill set that you need. And so if you do happen to be someone who has a strong aptitude for learning by hearing, but online works best for your schedule, you will be able to develop an aptitude for learning by reading, and vice versa. So I don't mean to say that one is better than the other in general. I think for any individual, and even at different points of one individual's life, online learning might be superior to classroom learning or vice versa. So at the end of the day, everyone just has to weigh this for themselves and see how it turns out. But I can say for me, I would not be where I'm at today without the online learning environment. There's no way I would be able to return to a traditional classroom with family and work commitments. So I'm very thankful for the online environment. And I'm sure most of you would probably concur with that. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and have a great day.